Hello, Mayhem Makers. Mindy with Quilting Mayhem. Welcome to week 4 of our mystery. So we're getting towards the end, and I know last week was a struggle. It caused a lot of confusion, and I apologize. This has been kind of a tricky one to break up into a mystery, but I hope you like the end result and that all the struggle's been worth it. I did post some pictures in the group to show you how to determine to make sure that your layout is correct. So I was essentially calling like this kind of a mountain. To me, this looks like a mountain, making sure your background's kind of facing away from it or in the same direction as that mountain. All right. And so all we're going to do, so take your large squares that you have left, cut them in half on the diagonal. So you're going to have a whole bunch of background, big triangles, and then coordinating fabrics in big triangles. All right. Easy peasy, just once on the diagonal, not twice, or they'll be way too small. All right, so we're just going to add those on. Now, pay attention closely. This is once again where I may try to lose you, so I'm going to try really hard not to. All right, so we have this guy. We want to make sure that the triangles we put on are going to coordinate with this fabric that has 5 triangles. We're going to find that big triangle, and then we're going to have one background triangle. So you're going to have 2 large triangles to go with each one, but make sure whatever has 5 triangles, that's the big triangle you find. That's the only really tricky part. I mean, hopefully it's okay in the end. The easiest way I found to do this is I fold it in half, I try to match everything up, and I'm going to put a pin in the middle. Hopefully in the end you're going to end up with squares that are too big and you're going to trim them down. That is my goal the entire time. So to make sure that your triangles are even in the middle of these kind of weird sections, I don't even know what to call it. Math was not my strong suit. So then you find the middle of your triangle, right? Put a pin in it or a crease. Depends how easy it is for you to see all those lovely creases. All right, so we know dead center of this, dead center this side. So we're going to start with this side that has these 2 fabrics is going to get this triangle attached. So just find those pins in the middle and pin. All right, so I'm just going to change it to 1 pin and line up this edge. We're just going to pin. So you're going to have, a little bit sticking out each side, and that's okay. Because I had you cut these triangles bigger. Because we want room to trim. I don't want you to have squares in the end that are too small, right? So you're going to have a little bit of dog ear on either end. And then we're just going to sew our 1/4 inch seam or our scant 1/4 inch seam down that side, and then we'll press it open and add the background side. So be right back. Okay, so here's one side. Isn't it pretty? I love how it's turning out. Then we're just going to attach that background. So we're going to do the same thing. Now, I'm hoping this week is maybe a little easier for you guys. Maybe give you some time to catch up with things, because sadly, I'm still working on mine too. So we may give you kind of a catch-up week next week. Because yeah, this has been a lot going on, and top of everything else that we have going on. We got a show coming up, all that good stuff. So just find your centers, place them together, and pin them. All right. Without stabbing yourself with a pin. These, I love these. These are the flathead ones. They actually have grippy texture on them, so they're easier to pull in and out. And the heads don't fall off like the flat flower pins. So I have replaced all my sad little flat flower pins with, these are magic pins. They come in gazillion different sizes, lengths, you name it. They have it for piecing and the fork pins and applique, You name it, they have it. And if you accidentally iron it, it's not going to stick to your iron. Might be my favorite thing for certain reasons. All right, 1/4 inch seam. We're going to press it. We're going to be right back. All right. Isn't that pretty? I love it. Now, one little secret. So these triangles, this is the one time I did not press my seams open. So if you can see, for all the center unit, I did open, and then for here, I did not. Why? Because of all this bulk, I decided it was easier if I pressed it towards this fabric that didn't have any seams to spread out that bulk. It's the only reason, and sometimes it's just easier and a little bit faster when you're just pressing straight one way, when you're not fighting seams. So that's my only secret as to one of the times that I don't press open is just I'm trying to share the wealth of the bulk. So if there's a direction where you might be able to kind of evenly send it away, that's the only time I do it, really. Otherwise, as you can tell, I generally press open. Otherwise, if you've been pressing to the dark side, just stay consistent. Keep pressing whichever way you're going, keeping it happy. It's all on you guys, your choice. All right, so this is what we're doing, keeping it simple. But remember, whatever has the 5 triangles is what gets this fabric, or you would lose these. So just so you'll know, because they start to look the same, right? That's part of your confusion, I think. Because like this guy almost looks like that guy, but there's 5 of these kind of fuchsia triangles. So we're going to make sure that now this is the one that would get this fuchsia triangle in the end. Is that making more sense for you guys, hopefully? So 5 colors match that triangle, and then put your background on the background side. So whatever side this triangle is from down the middle, that's what's going to get your background triangle. I apologize. I did not mean for everything to be quite as, you know, working on your brain. I usually keep it fairly simple. But if you have questions, let me know. Otherwise, we're just adding big triangles, pressing them, getting them ready for the final step. So good luck. I hope it's going okay. Don't hate me. It'll be so pretty in the end. So you know what? Have a beautiful day. Keep on stitching. We'll see you next week.